DuckTales, the new DuckTales, Season 1, Episode 4 or 5, depending on how you count them. The Beagle Birthday Breakout, but it was
Formerly known as the
formerly
Beagle
the
Day Massacre.
Beagle Birthday Massacre.
Yeah, that's how I have it listed on my in my files.
Yeah, I'm going over
Oh,
off of the Wikipedia, the DuckTales wiki, so they may have just changed it because the Beagle Birthday Massacre, I guess, sounds a little rough for a kids show.
Yeah. I
And
bet
it-
you Webby could still do it, though.
And it doesn't really. I mean, there's nobody dies, so it's not really a massacre, and it's not really even a
Yeah.
breakout because that would imply they were in jail and they got out. But
Well, they broke out of their clutches.
they were breaking out of their of the
Okay.
Beagles'
okay,
clutches.
okay,
It was
Their
noting-
bottle-filled clutches, because they had to do that.
yes.
okay. So they
Have you guys ever heard the Dr. Demento song "Weenie in a Bottle"?
Anyway.
That's all I thought of when I saw the ugly losers with their fingers stuck in that
Oh.
bottle.
Yeah. So the episode starts with the triplets letting Webby in on their canoe trip.
Well, almost letting Webby in on their canoe trip.
They're trying,
yeah,
packing all of their stuff, sharing inside jokes that Webby just doesn't get, and they all jump in the boat and discover that there's too many ducks. So Webby decides to let them
ducks
do
weigh
their
the
own
same as wood, so it should just float.
thing. Right? I mean, that's
Not
that's
that
how
they-
you know she's a witch.
It's not that it couldn't float. It's that there was no room.
Yeah.
Well, no, they couldn't really get it to push off. Remember, they couldn't. Like they were trying. They were all in there. They just
Yeah.
couldn't get it to push
So-
off because it wouldn't float high enough to push off.
They couldn't move in there enough to actually push off.
Yeah. They couldn't push off, couldn't row. It was just too cramped.
Yeah,
So Webby jumps out and they give Louie the map.
fell out.
Oh, right. She fell out and decided to not get back in.
Yeah.
So,
No.
so
you
they give Captain Lost the map.
yeah.
Why would you give Captain Lost the map?
Right?
He's Captain Lost.
Because they never learn.
How often do you have to be Captain Lost before before people go, you know what, maybe we shouldn't give him the map.
It's
Maybe we
like-
should pick a different navigator. Or at
Maybe,
least get him
like,
good enough
I don't
that he
know,
can
Huey?
actually, do something.
But now we're left with a lonely Webby by the water. Always a sad sight.
Yes.
And then we get message in a bottle. And another message in a bottle.
So many people are in danger on the water. It's uncanny. So she's following this trail of bottled messages until she finds the ultimate punk chick, Lena.
Yes. It was a bad influence.
There's some pink in your...
I think somebody pranked you.
It's
No,
supposed to
I-
look like that.
Oh, that's cool too. Well, let me try. Please recycle this bottle.
That's
I-
not
yeah,
how it's supposed to go.
I don't think that's how that works. And going back for a second, how do you get lost on a river like that? And I guess if it seemed like a big river and they were only going up and down a little bit of it, they couldn't go very far. So how are you getting lost on that? I mean, I guess maybe if
Louis
there's lots
has
of
his
forks.
ways.
Yes, he's Captain
Louis.
Lost, but a compass, a couple landmarks, and you're good.
There's a
Louis
reason
You're
he's the
right
greedy
next to a
triplet.
city. You'd think you could see
Louis is
his
the
money bin.
penultimate lazy boy. I mean,
Yeah.
he can't even reach over far enough to pick up the remote that is 2 inches that is like 2 feet away from him. Like he's going to know how to use a compass.
All he has to do is lean, maybe fall over and lay down on the couch, and he can reach the remote. But nope, too much. But that was last episode.
Yeah, but my point still stands. He is too lazy to know how to navigate.
So then we get getting back to Best Duck and Punk Duck. We've got
She is Miss Duck.
Bad
a
influence.
budding
Duck.
friendship.
And of course, Lena's only using her for her parkour.
Yeah. Parkour, kung fu, all those skills. I mean, what isn't Webby useful for? Do not take it the wrong way. You just accused me. Yeah.
She's not useful for avoiding burning down buildings with her grappling gun.
Yes.
She's not good at that. She's not useful for being a normal kid.
But I mean, who needs normal when you have Webby?
True. I mean, to be fair, her grandmother's a spy.
And they're going to a great party in the junkyard.
Hey, so do you want to come with me to a blowout? I've never seen a proper explosion. A blowout is a party. Oh, I knew that.
I heard that more in Kate McCucci's voice than I heard it in yours.
Well, if we ever do the DuckTales scripts, I am Webby.
Okay. I kind of want to call dibs on Scrooge and Launchpad.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So they break into a junkyard filled with it's like a multiverse party, essentially.
Yeah, it's the ultimate Beagle party.
Yes.
I just have to say, my Beagle. I understand dogs have litters, and that explains how many offspring she has, like at a time, why they're usually in sets of 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But holy crap, is she
got busy.
First of all, I don't even want to meet Pa Beagle. But
he's a very tired dog.
Yeah.
He is quite literally, no joke, a bitch.
Yeah.
Because a bitch is a breeding dog.
And
damn, she's been breeding.
And she's just kind of a bitch anyway.
Yep.
She'd have to be the criminal empress that she is. Although, I mean, when your entire gang is the Beagle Boys, that's not really much of an empire.
How she keeps getting out of getting loose from prison, despite the incompetence of her sons, is astounding
and incompetent doesn't mean she
and a
is.
pretty sad indictment of the Duckburg justice system.
They all take out after their father. That is not a compliment. willing to bet their father is only good for one thing.
Naked babies.
Yeah. Honestly, at some point, I wonder if she decided, don't do it with the father anymore. There's plenty of other breeding stock around now.
Mm.
That would
Anyway,
explain the
getting away
losers.
from that.
Sorry.
That's why that's why the niceys or goodies are the way they are. They have a different dad.
Ah, yeah, the friendlies.
Friendlies. They have a different dad.
Yeah, so they go to the junkyard. This time, for some reason, I guess because she figures she can get away with it, she's like, "Yeah, let's totally reverse what we talked about in the first episode and totally kidnap these kids." It's like,
Yeah.
because
No,
that was a smart
they
idea.
did kind of slam a cake in her face. It's
No,
time for revenge at that
even
point.
before that, it was more of a, these kids got me locked up. Let's get them. It was more of a revenge thing than an actual, ransom. They weren't going to be ransoming those kids.
They were going to kill them.
Yes,
Yes,
they were
but-
going to find some cement shoes with their names on them.
Yes, which, I mean, she thought it was a bad idea to ransom them. How bad of an idea would it be to try to kill them? Because, I mean, if they were afraid of Donald Duck then, if they saw the reason to be afraid of Donald Duck at that point, all the Duck family and, the weight of that family, if they feared that, and they feared doing that sort of thing, what did you think would happen if you did that?
I think they would be facing the full wrath of Bentina Beakley at her absolute worst.
You don't
Yes.
fuck with Tina Beakley.
Well, and all of them, you've got a billionaire, the richest duck in the world,
Who is also the greatest adventurer.
Yes, you have Donald Duck, who ex-Navy, I assume,
And Scrooge's longtime sidekick.
yeah, I mean, and as we saw, he when he gets a temper in the righteous fury, it's best to just stay out of his way.
Yeah.
There's lots of people that are on their side that would not be happy if you did that, and you would either see, the bottom of the lake yourself or the inside of a jail cell fairly quickly.
I think in this particular case, Beakley would just demand everyone else step aside, and then the Beagle Boys would be holding the biggest funeral of their lives. And then they would die too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if there would be enough Beagle Boys to actually have a funeral.
Then it really would be the Beagle Birthday Massacre.
Yes.
Yeah, if they actually got the kids, then if anybody messed with Webby, that would be a Beagle. That would be a massacre.
Yeah. You incited the wrath of Beakley.
Yeah. And they go through various adventures, including one with a British accent.
Yes. They're with the
Yeah,
ugly losers.
I have one question about that. If she hadn't heard an American accent until she was 7, why has she got an American accent?
How old is she now?
She's like
10.
10.
Well,
She's the same age as triplets, so yeah.
it's an affectation. She would naturally have a British accent, but she puts on an American affectation to make it less obvious that she's a she's spent so much time with only in the company of her of
Bridge Granny and his Scottish master.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
her
it's-
Scottish master.
yeah.
That, and that.
People with
I like
ducks with only English and Scottish accents. It's like that would be rather weird because oh, you're from the UK. It's like, or the duck equivalent, and it's like,
Yeah, England.
yeah, oh, you're from there. No, no, I just spend all my time in a mansion with a Scotsman, with a Scots duck and an English duck. So yeah, I don't hear American accents very often. Maybe they finally got a TV and she's like, oh, well, they'll pick up an American accent.
I mean, you'd expect watching a show called Ottoman Empire that they would sound like they're from there, but no, it's just upholstery.
Yeah.
Upholstery for poultry.
Yep. That's a pretty foul idea.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good tagline. You should totally market that to Disney. Get royalties for that shit.
Upholstery for poultry. It's poultry in motion. Oh, that is the most that is a very tired phrase. It's poultry in motion. That's how many times has that been used?
Well, you know what to do, Pun Pony.
So
That's been happening a lot.
Anyway, let's see, where were we? Okay, then she meets back up with the boys, and they, Lena
What,
leaves.
all the same? What? No, we're all our own special little snowflakes. What? What the heck? This has never happened before. Or stop it. No, you stop it. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
What the heck?
I love that we said that at the same time.
Yes.
Oh. So yeah, Lena decides to bail because she thinks that the triplets just can't keep up. But
Anyway.
that's not.
Or that's what you think.
Yeah,
she didn't abandon me. She was kidnapped. Wait, she was kidnapped.
Yay!
Right, that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, and so
time for a rescue mission.
yes, at the amphitheater.
And this time, I'm getting a spot in the bloody boat.
Yeah, so
There's
they're
her
holding
British
her captive, and they rush in headlong, and this time the plan doesn't work, and they get captured.
But now
then
they're dealing with a large number of different sects of Beagle Boys, and it's common knowledge that if you're a Beagle Boy, you're probably an idiot.
Yes, the gene pool is not amazing.
Also, the fact that siblings fight. It's common knowledge. It has been that way for eternity and will always be that way. Siblings don't get along.
Especially when you ask them who's in charge.
Exactly. So, who's going to get to give this to them, to your ma? Who gets the credit?
Well, I mean, clearly we are. We're the original classics.
And then fight. While they're fighting, they escape.
Yeah. Give me up a wall and save the day.
And, of course, Ma comes in just in time to stop them all and facepalm.
Yes, and then we end. And then we end after returning to Duck Manor. Lena goes back with her little trinket and summons something.
There's
from the
a
void, and
there's a foul wind that blows around her as her shadow extends out in front of her. Aunt Magica, I'm in.
Magica!
Ah, Magica.
I have no idea who that is.
a
You've never
foul
No magic to
wind.
dispel?
There's about two or
She's
three jokes
the
in there.
original DuckTales. She's the one with the short black hair and the Romanian accent who's always after Scrooge's #1 dime.
It has been a long time since I've seen the original DuckTales.
She is one of the most classic characters.
Yeah, I mean she's one of the iconic villains.
Exactly. Always after Scrooge's #1 dime. With her brother who is crow or pigeon or something. Now I know he's not a pigeon. He's either a crow or a raven.
And she could turn herself into a raven with a yellow beak.
And turn herself into a bunch of other.
Well, I mean, she is magic.
She wants to turn herself into Mrs. Weasley and turn the Beagle Boys into the triplets.
But this is a very different Magica, and you'll find out in future episodes.
Oh my.
I am still disappointed that they didn't that she switched her accent.
You're getting really hard to hear.
Yeah, I don't know
There it
where
goes.
that sound is coming from. I heard a hissing, not a hissing, but like somebody was running water or something. It sounded like.
So you guys won't actually hear Magica speak for a little while longer, but the one they got to play Magica, I think, was a perfect foil to David Tennant's Scrooge McDuck.
Well, I agree. I am still disappointed because how do you not? Magica has always been, Scrooge's #1 dime. It's just. I would have preferred her to have at least tried the accent, although she might have
probably did, but I mean, who better to counter David Tennant than Catherine Tate?
I do agree with this. I do agree. I love the casting choice. I'm just disappointed about the accent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts on this fun little episode?
Yeah, it was cute,
nice.
but why does the friend always have to turn out to be bad?
They don't always turn out to be bad.
Just a lot of the time.
And besides, we should know by now that friendship is magic.
Yes. Even if a lot of times that friendship will end up getting you killed.
Spoilers.
Hey, that didn't happen.
No one died.
No.
All right. Well, I figure that's enough of the DuckTales.